Oh, here we go. The butterfly. Moxley makes the crawl. Scotch style. Looking for that bulldog, looking to their seat.
They are bait. End of Bryan Danielson.
Daniels fading. Falls into the grip of Moxley.
Moxley's neck.
It's over.
Oh, no. Everybody involved knows what this means.
The winner of this match, and new AEW World Champion, Jon Moxley.
That was supposed to be the beginning of a long, entertaining storyline, an epic title reign similar, if not better, than Roman's Tribal Chief title run. But it's not. It's been a couple of months since Moxley defeated Bryan Danielson, and it's just not clicking. Moxley's Messiah-like turn is not having the effect we anticipated. So, what is happening? Why does Jon's title reign feel boring, and why has it failed to meet fans' expectations? When you go back to when this whole thing began, you will notice something interesting. Moxley's mysterious promos were incredibly effective. They were intriguing and they sparked excitement. It felt like they were hinting at a major change, hinting at something bigger to come. But something that happened that we all didn't see coming, that sucked the life out of the initial hype. The cryptic promos went on for too long without anything interesting happening. I am going to use Roman when he introduced the Tribal Chief character as reference to demonstrate what I mean. When Roman introduced his Tribal Chief persona, he didn't whisper riddles. He demanded acknowledgement. We immediately understood what was going on. The "acknowledge me" mantra wasn't a puzzle to be solved. It was a declaration of authority. This directness cut through any potential confusion, instantly establishing his new persona. We understood precisely what Reigns wanted: dominance, respect, and control. This seemingly simple act is a big reason why it connected. Jon Moxley is undoubtedly a compelling performer, but the direction of his Death Riders stable and his current title reign is muddled, and their motivations are scattered. By neglecting these fundamentals and failing at getting the basics right, the stable is struggling to achieve the intended level of success. The lack of a solid foundation has made the entire storyline weaker. Now everything else feels jaded and drawn out. There is no doubt that this was a good idea on paper. The idea that AEW wrestlers are relaxed and Mox is becoming the bad guy, burning the forest down to rebuild it better, was intriguing, and still is intriguing. But ideas are just ideas. Execution is key. It's what separates good stories from mediocre ones. The recent overly violent feud between Cope and Jon Moxley highlights AEW's tendency towards poorly executed storylines. AEW possesses a deep roster of main event talent who could dethrone Moxley and, hopefully, lead to the disbanding of the Death Riders. After a string of underwhelming feuds, this one included, it's clear a change is needed. But I think at its core there is an often ignored aspect about this title reign that no one wants to talk about. It has been heavily suggested that Jon Moxley has a lot of creative control in how this whole story began and how it is playing out. To me, this highlights the critical need for a balanced creative process in AEW. While empowering talent with creative freedom can yield innovation, allowing a wrestler to run wild with their vision, without proper oversight, as seen in this case, often leads to detrimental outcomes. Wrestlers, though experts in their craft, often lack the objective perspective and long-term narrative planning that bookers provide. Bookers offer essential structure, consistency, and a safeguard against storylines veering off course, ensuring they align with the promotion's overall direction. Tony is not doing that here with Jon. A collaborative approach, where creative freedom is tempered with structured oversight, is paramount. This partnership ensures that storylines are not only engaging, but also coherent, preventing the pitfalls of unchecked creative control and ultimately benefiting both the promotion and its audience. That's what has made Triple H so beloved creatively. He understands this balance. If we boil down all the criticisms about this reign, the stable that doesn't have chemistry, their feuds, how they present themselves, the stories, it all comes down to poor creative decisions. And who is making them? It's clear that both Tony and Moxley are not doing a great job. It's becoming increasingly evident that missteps are accumulating. The current trajectory feels disconnected, a stark contrast to the organic momentum that once defined them. They are making a lot of mistakes, and the consequences are palpable: dwindling audience engagement, visible dissatisfaction, and a growing sense of missed opportunities. The critical issue isn't just that errors are happening, but the apparent lack of responsiveness. A dynamic entertainment product like professional wrestling demands agility and adaptation. They need to listen to the fans, not just the vocal minority, but the collective pulse of the audience, the subtle shifts in energy that signal approval or dissent. This isn't about pandering, but about understanding the narrative they're building and whether it's resonating. They need to adjust their plans proactively as it progresses, not reactively after the damage is done. Waiting for ratings to plummet or social media to erupt is a recipe for disaster. Real-time feedback, open communication, and a willingness to course-correct are essential. It's about treating the storyline like a living, breathing entity, one that evolves alongside its audience. By actively listening and adjusting, they can reclaim the lost momentum, rebuild trust, and ultimately deliver the compelling product that fans deserve. Whether that will happen remains to be seen. Join the conversation and let me know what you think in the comments down below. Consider following me on Instagram, the link is in the description, and click the video on screen now for more Curiosity Thread wrestling content.